This is not like any whodunit you've ever seen.
It's all stakes, and it never lets you kind of recline for a minute.
I grew up watching, you know, the Peter Ustinov, Agatha Christie's.
I've always been a big fan of murder mysteries, you know, and especially when they're well written and well disguised, like this one.
Love the setup, plus influences from Hitchcock and his take on the sort of whodunit genre and what he thought about it.
You know, as soon as you think you know something, it shifts gear on you. So you're forced to be an active participant.
It's sort of not so much a fresh take on a whodunit, but it's sort of modernized and given an edge by Rian.
And it keeps, it's hard to know who you're identifying with, and that kind of keeps, it just keeps things lively.
The quality of the material, the cast, and the production design and the set decorator and the attention to detail is so precise that you show up to the set and you feel like that you are actually part of the unfolding story.
This cast is like dynamite.
For me, it's obviously a dream to work with these people. I have had the chance to have scenes with every single one of them. So it's been really exciting and inspiring and really fun.
I was kind of astounded by the cast we were able to get.
There's not an actor that I don't respect and love to watch, and now personally.
It's fun. It's an amazing job, and I do like being that person who loves it.
I'm such fans of these people. They're such amazing actors. It's a joy to work with them.
Started with Daniel Craig. He was the first one to sign on.
It was just brilliant when Rian just let us all improvise and just keep going with the scene and with the arguments. You would go crazy.
Once he was in it, yeah, we suddenly had a start date, and then all these great actors just started pouring in. It was kind of overwhelming.
He's very secure within his storytelling.
Rian is that kind of technical director that knows how, once you have all these little pieces of these bricks that he builds on set, when he actually puts them all together to make a house, it all of a sudden strikes a very fresh, modern style.
You don't feel gaps, you don't feel kind of, oh, that's not going, everything's there, everything ties up, everything's connected, the characters are funny and real.
It's fun because he is clearly a filmmaker who knows exactly what he wants. He doesn't shoot anything he doesn't need.
Someone who's prepared is calm, and he's always calm. His nature is calm in the first place, but the preparation really causes him to be calm because he knows his stuff. He's got his toolbox.
You can just tell how smart Rian is when you read the script.
One of the things I love about Rian's take on the whodunit is how many twists there are.
You read it and you go, I want to play it. I just want to play it. You know, I want to play with this, and working with him is very much like that.
It's really interesting to see how kind of Rian, both in the script but also whilst filming it, has really, I feel, changed the perspective on that.
He's really fast. He's one of the fastest directors I've ever worked with. It's like 1 or 2 takes.
You're immediately put at ease because he's a very balanced human being on set.
He works well with everyone, and he knows how to, you know, get something out of each actor. And I mean, he's great at his job.
He's very enthusiastic. He's very clear about what he wants and will help you get there if you're not there. But for the most part, he delights in what he's doing, and he delights in the work that is being done by his crew and his cast.
He knows what his vision is and what he wants, which I think is great, because it makes you feel comfortable in being guided by the captain of the ship.
He has such a handle on the story, and it's jam-packed. There's so much that happens. It's really a game of snakes and ladders, and it's so complicated, but it's also warm, and it's moving, and it's tongue-in-cheek and hilarious. And there are just so many moving parts, and he's just got a handle on this whole world.
You know, the film, in the way that we shot it, is so elevated and stylistic, but it's also really relatable because it's set in a contemporary time period and all of the characters have contemporary views and are of a modern time.
Like, you see a lot of movies and they'll have like one big twist. With Knives Out, there's just one after the other after the other.
Filmmaking is kind of like a benevolent dictatorship. You know, we, you know, somebody like Rian who writes and directs his own movies is really the boss and kind of sets the tone. And Rian has always been very good about setting a fun tone.
He's a collaborator.
It's the type of movies that I like that I don't think get made often enough.
Clearly, this is a movie built for Thanksgiving weekend.
It's almost like a mirror to the audience, I guess. So, I don't know, I think everyone's gonna have a different take on it.
Feeling the energy in the theater and feeling the audience respond to what the actors are giving out, that kind of joy.
And when people go and see the film, I think everyone's gonna take something different.
It kind of has a really fun quality to it, even though the characters are grounded, even though the story is serious, at times it still feels, I don't know, a murder mystery is just, it reminds me of my youth, like something you would read in school.
It's fun and it's a bit of a romp, but it's also got some real meaning in there. And I always find family dynamics really interesting, and this family, you know, doesn't disappoint.
Like, if you ever wanted to make a movie about a dysfunctional family and then be able to take your own dysfunctional family to see it, it's this movie. It's a perfect family comedy.
The bigger and the louder the audience is, the more fun you're going to have.
Everyone's going to take something different away depending on who they are. There is just so much to enjoy about it, and I think so much to discover about it that I don't want to give anything away.
It's got something for everybody. It's sort of like got every generation in it. It's beautiful to look at. It'll be visually thrilling. It's written well. It has great actors in it, and people are just, it's just that type of movie that's really fun to go see with your family.
The twists and turns and the ending, I think, is something you're going to want to see surrounded by a big group of people. In that way, it's kind of the flip side of a horror movie. You're going to get a reaction from the audience in this movie. It's not going to be a passive experience.